Okay, I apologize for the camera angle on this particular set. I guess I thought it was pointing in a different kind of direction than it was, so we're just watching my bar path and not a whole lot else. I promise this will be fixed for the rest of the video. So I was doing a lot of just kind of more of a reset of my bench on this day, like I've done with a lot of my lifts, where I've taken down, the percentage range I was working with. There's a lot of 90% stuff going on in my training recently, and I think this is the AMRAP. I did 109. By the way, this is 109 if you didn't read the description, not 105 and change. I have a bunch of little tiny micro plates on the outside. There we go. So that's 109 for a set of 8, and the pauses are pretty solid on most of that. I mean, basically all of it, especially that set. So it was kind of a good recharge day, and it was fun. I just have a very different relationship with repping bench than I did, I'd say 6 months ago, certainly maybe a year ago. So it's just something that's much more doable for me now because I've just developed the skill set to be able to stay steady and balanced on bench and really stable to the point where I can actually rep things without getting out of position too badly. I'm motioning probably towards the direction that I do not want the bar to go in typically. Why did I not edit this out? Apologies. So what I'm talking about right now with Kyle is just, probably during this set, I made an effort to not let that bar travel upward on the bench, and because as I bench through a set, that'll sometimes happen, and it's just not gonna usually be helpful for me to, it'll really get me out of position, and that's a problem. So here we go with the next one, and I think most of these honestly were pretty good, and they felt pretty good. I really felt like I could just stay in position and really put some power into them, which was great. Notice my elbows are basically not dipping below the bench, which if you've watched my earlier bench stuff, that was impossible. Like just the way I used to bench, they couldn't help but dip below. So that's kind of exciting about where my bench is now. So we're going to turn to some squatting, where I haven't been able to make too many changes to my form to facilitate things like I have on my bench recently. This is the final warm-up, by the way, and then I'm going to move into my work sets. And so once again, I kind of reset things with my squat numbers, and so I'm working 170 for a few sets of 4 and 5. And it just felt like kind of inconsistent on this day. Not too bad. I mean, frankly, I went back after the session and I watched all this footage, and it's like not that bad. It really isn't. I was just being like really hard on myself during the session. It was hard. I mean, okay. I mean, that's not an excuse, but like it was kind of a rough day in there for multiple reasons. One of them being that I shouldn't use as an excuse. It's just this. There was look at this dude in the background on this platform. What is he doing with that? He's whipping it around side to side. Like it looks like the bar is like moving him. He's not moving the bar. Like it's ridiculous. So there's just a lot of stuff going on in there, and it made it a little bit. I think this recording might screw up. It made it a little bit tougher, especially since I didn't have my music, and I don't need it, but it would have maybe helped. So I really had to sit there and focus down for each set. It was definitely so that last rep, I'm not really sure what happened there, but that was the ugliest rep the entire session right there. But I'm not really sure what happened. I guess I had a hard time kind of tuning things out. I admit it, but it was okay. When I got down to the sets themselves, like nothing's gonna really get to me, during those, like nothing. You'd have to like come over and smack my bar around, which wouldn't actually be out of potential, it could happen in this gym. But like I said, this for the number of reps that I put out with 170 on this day, I did 3 sets of 4 and 1 set of 5. For me, it was honestly not that bad. Doing stuff that's above 3 reps isn't my forte. I'm not as good at it with squatting. And it's easier for me to kind of come out of my groove, I think, than a lot of, even like bench these days. I think squat, I'm still really working on staying in my groove as I go through longer sets. So, a single I can bang out pretty easily, and then you start getting me to do reps, and like I'll throw myself off that bar path will get all funky on the eccentric, and it's stuff I just have to work on over time. So anyway, have a new one soon.